Oh yeah, didn't intro. I actually should have. People can introduce themselves as they come. I'm Dion van Vieren, and I'm the head for school library in the province. And sure, Solly, you absolutely broke my attention. You see, this is what's happening. If you switch on your camera, I see it, and then you make me lose my track. So, but we'll get to that now. I'm not so worried about that now. So, hopefully, also, this will pique your interest in becoming a teacher because we do have, in spite of what people say, we don't have enough teachers in this country, especially the math, science, and technology. Now, you know what? I want to say a lot has been done for math, science, and technology and so forth. But you know what? People forget that we need the arts, we need the social sciences as well, because everything can't be about mathematics, uh, technology. Not all of us are interested in that. But let's not go too far with that. So, how it's implemented then is we have a provincial management team, which then it's a whole chain. You'll hear now. So we're moving away from national. Now we're provincial, and from the provincial, we have our project management team, which oversees because the PYEI is like a big umbrella, and every spoke of the umbrella is, for instance, there are EAs and there are general workers and so forth. You are an EA, but you're in a special category. You are an EA, but you are a reading champion EA. So your role is to create a culture or at the school where people start reading for pleasure. So you're not going to teach the children reading. You're not trained teachers. So that is not something you're going to do. But it's about, you'll see all the reading activities. And it is trying to get the country, never mind the children, to read. We as South Africans, you know, we don't read. Somebody made a joke the other day and said, you know what? If you want to hide your money and things like that, put it in books, put it in the Bible. People don't steal books and things like that. So we came last. There were 58 countries that not competed, that participate in a project to see, can people read for understanding? And you know what? Most of our children that's 10 years old can't read with understanding even in their mother tongue. That is extremely worrying because if you can't read for understanding, how are you going to complete your school career? Your other subjects is everything that we as humans do relies a lot on language and also then the written language because we want to communicate with one another. So we focus on you as reading champions because if we look at the structure, there's somebody in the background that's really making a lot of noise. Nolvia and Combly, can you also just switch
Hey,
off
I'm
your
married,
cameras?
John.
And okay, everybody is muted now. So we focus on you as reading champions, but there are other role players. You've got a teacher mentor, hopefully. The teacher mentor's got a role. The principal's got a role. The circuit manager's got a role. District coordination. So you see, there's a whole chain. And if your principal are not aware of this program, it is not because that we as reading champions trainers are inefficient. Because sometimes we get a principal, we these nominations come from schools, from principals. And then you go to a school and then you will ask the teacher, the principal, where's the teacher mentor? And then they will, or the reading champion. And then they said they don't know about this. So, yeah, there are issues in the value chain. There are things that could have done better, that could have been done better, but we will give you tips on how to deal with a teacher, mentor, and principal if you don't get any cooperation. I think that is enough about the PYEI. There is actually also a compulsory course that you need to complete later on, but let's not get to that. I want to now quickly go over to show you how to uh, navigate the interface of Teams, because Solly, all of you are beautiful and you have beautiful smiles, but you're supposed to switch off your camera, please. Okay. So now let me just project my screen. So there you will also see tolerate. Okay, please tolerate the meeting and keep switching off your camera. Okay, so in front of you, you will basically see something that looks like your screen. Um, Everybody's screen should there should be the names. I see currently there's just a big black space, but we're going to show you now what to do. Nhlanhla, your camera. Okay, now I want you to pay extremely close attention to what I'm going to show you now. What's important is to look at the top and you see, yes, because yesterday I made a mistake by uh, giving a wrong link. I created two links and I posted the wrong one. But luckily, the right one was sent and the wrong one. So we could rectify that. But at least now you see you are in the Bohlabela training group. Right under that, you see there's a row of pictures that goes right up to leave. Now, those pictures we call icons. Now, the first one you'll see, look at my cursor. The cursor is an arrow. But the minute I hover over one of those icons, look there, the arrow becomes a hand. And if I click on that, look what happens on the right-hand side. Now, I've said to you, good morning. I did it already at 20 to 8. And I hope you are going to find this training very valuable. We will start at 8 o'clock. So if you have any questions and you feel you don't want to talk, you can type in questions there, responses to questions that the trainer is going to ask you. So remember that I'm going to close it again. That's how you close it. But you want to chat. You open that, and then on the right-hand side, you see chat. Ignore people. That is not for you. But the next one, Nhlanhla, I see you having a lovely breakfast there. But and she's not even hearing me. Nhlanhla, you must make us all breakfast. Now we're all hungry.
I think for a
If
while,
there
Bjorn,
is, I said to you that you can type messages here. But if you want to ask something, and I want to ask that, don't ask questions during the presentations. Allow the presenter to finish the presentation. Write down your questions, and at the end of the presentation, we will handle your questions. If the presenter gets interrupted too many times, everybody loses their focus. So please pay attention to instructions that your trainer is going to give you. So if you don't want to write there, you can also raise your hand. You see arrow? There's a hand, and there you can see it says raise your hand. Now, look at my name. I'm that DV in the corner. Now, if I put up my hand, what happens? Now you can see on my name that I've put up my hand. I want to ask a question. Then one of the trainers will give me the answer, and then I go and I have to lower my hand. See,
Dion?
now that hand is gone. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was suggesting that
I
we remove these people.
decided to remove her, Dion.
Yeah,
So
let's remove them. We
I
can't have
removed
this.
her. She's taking long.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Go on,
now I
Dion.
see that the screen is clean now. But so
Yes.
hopefully after, let's give people a fair chance. But if after this they, because I didn't come to the camera and the muting yet. But if people, I will, once I get there, I will say that. So you know now, if you want to raise your hand, you click there. Your hand is, your hand's up, but you have to put it down. Now next to it, there are some reactions. So if you like something that somebody said and you say, wow, that's really good, you can say, I like it. Look what happens. There comes the, I like it. You can see my thumb there. You don't need to put that down. It's only with your hand. If you love something that you say, wow, I really love that, you click on the love button. And now we can see that, yes, you see the reactions help us to also see, are you engaging, are you enjoying, or whatever. So another reaction is if you want to applaud us, you want to say, wow, that is brilliant. Then please don't be shy with your applauses. We are a good team. We need a lot of applauses, you'll see. If you find something very funny, because we're a funny team, we like to make jokes and things like that, because there's no bosses here. We are one big team. All that I do is I coordinate and I work with the team. I also don't call, I did this morning, but I also don't call them my team. It's not my team. We are a team and we work together. So after that, if you're surprised, if you say, wow, I didn't do that, I didn't know that, then you can also say surprised. For the rest, forget about view, forget about rooms and that. Now we come to this one. People, if you see there is a stripe through, that means your camera is off. And it should be like that all the time. If your trainer asks you to switch on your camera, that's the only time. Tolerate, we're not going to tolerate you much longer. This is the second time now. So you see, there's the camera. Don't switch it on. There's the mic. You While that happened, I was actually talking, but you couldn't hear me. So we can only hear you when your mic is open. But please keep away from the camera and the microphone button. Sometimes my telephone kicks me out of the meeting. So microphone, you don't switch it on. Switch both of them off now. Now. We don't want anything. We don't want your camera on. We don't. You make sure it's off. It must have that line through, and your camera should also have a line. You'll see that that line disappears when I talk. Keep checking yourself that your camera and your mic are off, especially after you've spoken. Then sometimes one forgets to switch it off. And then you start telling the people next to you how terrible the trainers are, and we hear everything you say. So be very careful. With a camera, I told you, if you use it, then you cause the meeting to become slower, and some people are kicked off, and you are using double your data. If you have your microphone on and there's a lot of background noise, you distract everybody. Caroline, you distract everybody, and the noises sometimes is so loud that nobody in the meeting can hear. Okay, are there any questions about how to use Teams? Okay, there will probably more attendees coming, so I can foresee that the cameras and the mics will still be switched on and that, but usually after an hour it settles down. But you, as the 125 people in this meeting, now know that what you have to do, and you have an opportunity now to put up your hand, raise your hand if you want to ask a question, or you can type a question in the chat. I'm going to give you 10 seconds if you want to ask something. Type or talk. Okay. Oratile. Oratile.
Switch off your camera.
We one less. We are okay. Now we're 125 again. You have heard that you switch off your camera. Okay, there's another hand. Flamulani. Flamfla camera.
Hello.
Answer your camera.
You smile beautifully, but we don't want your camera on. Okay, there's a question from Slamulani. You see, this Mlungu is sometimes having problems pronouncing words.
Do I
Hello.
see pleasure, Kondo?
Yes.
Yes, this is Lamlani
Yeah. Yes.
and Tembe at George Maule School. I would like to
Yes.
ask. I would like to ask if there's a learner which is struggling to read. How can I help him or her?
Okay. Today you're going to have a whole day's training on reading and reading activities. You'll see that some of the things, you're not qualified teachers, so you can't teach the children to read. You can just get them very interested in reading. The teacher teaches them to read, but you are able to diagnose or to see when somebody is struggling with reading. Then you can go to the teacher, your teacher mentor, and you can discuss strategies how you can help that learner? That's really a very good question. And I'm glad that you asked it because there are many learners that's suffering. And but please just don't try and teach them to read. There are so many methods that if you now try something and then it clashes what the teacher's doing, and that child then gets confused. So just wait until the end of the training. If there's still in between, you're going to ask questions and at the end. So I hope that answers your question. Ma'am Matlabane, sorry, I keep on forgetting that you are doing the housekeeping. So you can just check the hands and tell us who's next and maybe alert messages and that. So it's over to you.
Thank you, Dion. Thank you, Dion. Good morning once more, reading champions. Now that Dion
Sorry,
has
ma'am,
gone
there's
through
just one more hand. Sorry, this is the last time I'm interrupting. Pleasure. She wants to ask a
no, it's
question.
fine.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
going to put that hand down.
Hi.
Pleasure.
Yes, morning. I
Hello.
just want to
Morning,
check
Pleasure.
how do we do our attendance register here? Because I didn't understand.
Okay, we don't stress about that. We have everything under control. We will deal with the attendance register later. Now you
Okay.
switch off about attendance register, what you're doing currently. Now you focus on the training. Just
Okay.
focus on the training.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Over to
Dion.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Don't be amazed with the number of people, participants. I've requested my team also, because of the poor attendance yesterday, to join us, but they will indicate. So they might be more than what we're expecting if they will come. So don't be amazed, Charmaine and the team. Reading champions, we started in time, but your behavior for now is unacceptable. The issue of using the camera for yourselves, please dear reading champions, never ever put your face. You see, we had more than 6. I even calculated that yourselves. 2, 4, 6, 8 people were on the screen. Don't do that. You'll do that when you respond to a question. You can do that then so that we see you if you wish. But then during the training and now, we don't want to see your faces. We don't want to hear your voices, your background at the back. If we're going to listen to that and adhere to that, we're going to finish a bit earlier. Failing with, it can take us to 3 or 3 or so because we'll be time and again interrupting. We don't want to interrupt any presenter. Thank you very much. Gloria.
Thank you, Mahlabane. Dion, you forget to ask us to introduce ourselves. Maybe Mama Mahlabane, you can take that, then we continue so that we can introduce ourselves to the reading champions.
They can also introduce themselves through opening the camera so that we can see them.
The officials, I'm talking about the officials, not
Yes, I'm referring to them.
Okay,
Yourselves,
reading champions, I'm going to give over now to the team so that you can see. I don't think they want to switch on their cameras. They want to show that it's an example. But you're now going to be in the hands of a very capable team of people. So they're quickly going to introduce themselves as well.
Yes. Firstly, I'm Caesar Mahlabane from Ehlanzeni District Office, responsible for libraries and computers in education. So you'll see me when time allows you. Thank you. Next.
Good morning. My name is Gloria Madima, attached to Garswande District, responsible for school library. You'll hear my voice when my time for presentation comes. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, reading champion. I am Nompumelelo Shongwe, attached from Garswande District, responsible for school libraries and information services. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues and reading champions. I'm Charmaine Mnisi from Bohlabela District School Library and Information Services. Thank you.
Dion, last but not the least, can you introduce yourself?
I actually did, but I'll do it again. I've got 2 hats. The one is that I'm the head in the province of school libraries and information services. And then I'm also the head for what we call CIE, but forget about that. I'm also starting to forget about that. But anyway, like I say, I'm here in my capacity as the head of the libraries, but also part of this team. I don't believe that a manager should just sit back and watch how people do their job. One should be involved and be part of the team if you say that you're a team. So that's me.
Sure.
Thank you, colleagues, for introducing yourself, reading champions. Now you know who we are and we know you already. That's why we happen to invite you to this kind of a meeting. Now on my screen, you can check there is purpose of the Reading Champion program. You've gone through it already. I'm not gonna go through it. I'm just gonna take you through to our first presenter by the name Usesino Mpumelelo, who is going to give you the key roles, players, and the responsibility. Thank you. Over to you, Nompumelelo.
Thank you so much, Sis Glory. Reading champion, your main purpose is to promote reading for enjoyment and reading culture in the school and community and to engage meaningful with books. So like Dion said that we are not specialists in reading, but the only thing that will assist learners to enjoy reading. So there are roles and responsibility that you need to do it, and that you need also to focus on. You need to activate and support teachers with exciting reading activities and routines in drop all and read, or drop everything and read time slots. What is DAR or DEAR? It is a strategy that involves getting learners to stop what they are doing and read for a specific time allocated to them. It is a method that helps learners literacy skills, especially when learners can select their own reading resources or reading material. So I hope some of the schools, they have it, they drop on all everything and read time slots or period. So you can give them 10 or 15 minutes to read on their own, and they can select whatever they like to read. Don't select books for them. The other thing that you supposed to do, or you are doing, I hope now, you need to start and run reading and writing for enjoyment clubs to drive learner participation. One of my colleagues will present more about reading clubs later on today. The other thing that you expected to do, to ensure that you celebrate literacy calendar. Some of the schools, they already started to celebrate the calendar of events. I think most of the schools, they have the list of the activities that they must do during that day or during that calendar event. There are more than 100 you can choose, but for now, because we are in July, we are focusing in Mandela. It's Mandela month. We know that on the 18th it was Mandela's birthday, but because the school opened during that day, so you can also continue to do it. August, we will be celebrating Women's Month. Make sure that in your school you celebrate that. And September, it's Literacy Month. You can also do that so that learners can enjoy reading. If you have many things that you can do, they can even enjoy more, like celebrating the calendar of events. The other thing that you need to do, you need to activate and transform reading spaces in schools. By reading spaces, we mean setting up reading corners. Some of the schools, they have the rainbow books. You can assist the school to have the reading corners, especially the foundation phase one, because they are always in the class. So you can set up a reading corner so that they can enjoy reading there. The other thing that you need to do, to make sure that each and every class that you are visiting or that you are doing your activities, there is a print-rich environment. There are resources that showing the different colors, pictures, and other stuff. I think you will learn more about print-rich classroom or print-rich environment during the day. The other thing that you need to do is to assist teachers or teacher librarian or your teacher mentor when it's time to do displays during that calendar of events days. My colleague Charmaine will go through that, will tell you more about how to display books. I hope everyone now it's registered on the chatbot. Ron will assist you on that also. He will go through that during the day today. And the other thing that you need to do is to regular complete required monitoring and evaluation tools designed to track impact. He will also tell you about these monitoring and evaluation tools, the weekly monitoring tool. He will assist you on that. Those who are not on the WhatsApp group, I think he will also give you the link for Bohlabela that you need to be part of that. The other thing, you need to work with the school. You have your teacher mentor. Maybe there is a teacher librarian or a library committee. Each and every school, they have a whole reading promotion plan, a whole school reading promotion plan. Make sure that when the school have that, integrate the activity that you are going to do today with the plan of the school. It will assist you a lot also when you need time for doing your activities. And the other thing that also Reading Champion will assist you, make sure that you have your manual. Every time that you have something to do, check that you are doing correctly. The manual will assist you a lot. Work very close with your teacher mentor. It will assist you also. Thank you so much. This is the brief and short of my presentation about the roles and responsibilities. If you have question, you can ask clarity or comments. Thank you, Sir Glory.
Question, Shamulani and Tembela George Muhauli Primary. Question?
Is it good to hand them your own books, or they must choose their favorite own books?
They need to choose their own books. If the school have more books, you can bring the book to the class. They can choose their own books that they need to read.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
can I do the last one?
Yes.
What can I do as a reading champion to help a learner which is struggling in writing?
Remember, Sisi, that you are in the school to assist only for reading for enjoyment. And it's your main purpose is to assist learners to read, to enjoy reading, not to assist them to do writing and other things that supposed to be done by the teacher. We are not a specialist on that. I think the school will assist you on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Numpumelele. And reading champions, please allow the presenters to finish presenting, and then you interact. But it's good that you ask the Samulani. Any other question, colleagues? Dion? Is that Dion?
Shabane, I think this is the right time to ask questions.
Okay. Who is this one? Is it Dion or who?
Denial.
Dineo, okay. Dineo? Shamlani again.
Yes.
No, the hand was for the two questions I asked, not now.
Oh, thank you. Dineo? I think it's all Nampumelelo.
Thank
Dineo
you.
is not coming. Yes, she or he has two questions, but he can't respond. Dineo? No response. Nampumelelo?
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm done.
Okay. Thank you very much, Reading Champions, for your participation. If you want to know something, please do likewise. You raise your hand. If you finish, then you lower your hand. Gloria?
Thank you, Mama Shabane, reading champion Nompumelelo. You can excuse yourself now and go and work on the list. Immediately when you are done with the list, I'm talking to Nompumelelo now, reading champion is not you. Please email it to Dion. Also indicate the name of the school if it's possible, Nompumelelo. Then you'll join us later when you are done. Thank you so much. Then we are moving to the second presenter. Our second presenter is says Charmaine. You know her very well, reading champion. She's the one who's coordinating from your side. Sorry, before Charmaine. Dion, can you come in through with the issue of the attendance register? I can see the number is good before load shedding and everything. Can you come in with the issue of the attendance register, Dion? so that they can complete now. Remember, Dion, that some are from Enhlanzeni and some are from Bushbuck Ridge. Then you need to remind them when it comes to the issue of the district. Dion?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay, thank you. Let me
stop
sharing, then take the yes.
Let me just get that link.
There's a hand, it's Samlani. Is it the old hand or the new hand? Samlani and Tembelani.
It's the whole old hand, ma'am.
Just lower it. Go to the chart and then lower it because it keeps yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Dineo,
Okay.
Dineo, wait, Dion. Dineo, your hand is up. Your hand is up.
Colleagues, I think Mema Shabana, let Dion assist them with attendance register because we are going to have load shedding now at 9.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Dion.
Okay, let me just get to the meeting. I usually work on a big screen, and this small screen is sometimes a bit confusing. So just hang in there. Okay. So there you have the clean interface again. No chat, no nothing there. So now I click on chat again. Now I've pasted the link to the attendance register there. So you see again, the arrow becomes a hand and you double click on it. So there you see it's a reading champion training for cohort 2, but we know there's cohort 1 people, it doesn't matter. And what's important, but I'll come to the end, is I know that there's quite a few of you that's more than one at the device. So I'll talk about that just now because it's really important. But the attendance register is very easy. So let's say I feel like a doctor today. See, my initials are DR, so sometimes people call me doctor, and sometimes I leave them. Okay, actually, I haven't filled in the attendance register, so I'm going to now do it while I demonstrate to you. So I'm Mr. and my initials is DR. My first name is Dion. My surname Van Vuren, which means fire makers. So it means we mabasus or mlilos. So that is my ID number. Yeah. I hope you doesn't take this down and then steal my identity. I fill in my what you call it, my mobile number. And you'll see that next to each question there is a red asterisk or a red little star. So that means you have to. If you can't submit the form, it will tell you it can't submit. I'll show you now. My WhatsApp number is the same. Actually, that was, yeah. My WhatsApp number is the same as my mobile number, so I leave that. So now there's somebody, microphone is on. Can some colleagues, you are also, I think you are.
Hello?
So now you can see what's happening.
Oh, sorry.
I'll meet them, Dion.
I'm sorry, Gloria. I'm sorry, Dion.
No problem. Are they all muted now?
Yes, everything. Yeah.
So there you had a very practical demonstration of why it, if you switch on your microphones and that, you see you've disturbed the whole meeting now. So let's go back to chat. And we go back to my register that I'm trying to fill in. I feel psychologically unstable today. So I'm going to say I hate that word disability. I like to say people with different capabilities or differently abled. Disabled, it's one of those words you must get out of your vocabulary. Please don't use that word disabled, or it's just got a wrong tone to it. And everybody's got abilities. Whether you're sitting in a wheelchair, not able to move, you have a mind and you were created by God. So one must be very careful about these things. Okay, now they ask you about cohort 1 and 2. Now, those of you that were appointed in February, meaning you started at the school in February, you choose cohort 1. You see, I left my email address deliberately open because I want to show you something. So I will then say other because I'm not a reading champion. So don't get confused. If you started at the school in February, you cohort 1. If you started in May, you cohort 2. Now, what is your role? I should have put teacher mentor here as well, but unfortunately I didn't. You will click a reading champion. The district officials, the trainers, they will click that one. I am a head office official, so I will click that one. And our provincial support partner will join us later. So I don't have a teacher mentor, so I just write none. And the school, so I will write head office. You will write the school of where you are. I hope you know the name of the school where you are. The school's EMIS number, because sometimes there are two schools with the same name, and then you don't know which school it is, but they have different EMIS numbers. If you really, really don't know your EMIS number and you cannot find it, you can say things like not applicable, but because in my case, I don't have, we don't have EMIS number as an official. So I will say not applicable, but you will find out what is the EMIS number. If you can't, don't fret. You just say not available. You should know in which quintile your school falls. I'm going to say other. We are actually focusing in 1, 2, and 3. But I've seen that 4 and 5 sometimes also attends. But please make sure that you know in which quintile you are. Then you must also choose in which district. Because we're at head office, I'm going to choose other. Mrs. Matlabane, there's somebody that hasn't muted. And then I choose the circuit.
I'm muting
Let's
them.
just, for instance, say I had a very bad experience the other day in Mariti. So let's choose Mariti. And you just choose. And then I say other because I'm not in one of the districts. And now I say submit. Now it says, you can't submit. There's one question that you need to complete, and that's question 8. Then you have to go back and you see question 8. Oh, I forgot my email address. So let me pull that in quickly. Okay. So now let's see if I can submit now. I think it's going, you see? Now it says your response was submitted. Now, if you're more than one at a device, look there. It says here in blue, submit another response. So once you have finished and the next person at the computer will click on that and it will open up again. And they fill in the form. If there's more people, you do the same at the bottom. And I just want to show you something where I created the attendance register. I'm really glad to say that 82 people already completed the, let's see, yeah, 82 people already completed it. So, so what you can, what you then do is, sorry, I had an interruption here now.
It's Enhlanzeni register, that one. It's not for today.
No, I'm just showing it as an example.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. No, I see what you mean, but let me then go to the, yeah, it's better that I show the real form. I agree with you. So you see, this is here, I create forms using Microsoft Teams, and there we are. I think, no, this is Ethlanzeni. I'm looking for Bohlabela. 49.
Yes.
Thanks for pointing that out, Gloria. So you can see we can track exactly who has registered. So now we know out of a group of, how many are we? Out of a group of 164 people, you see, we're 164, but only 49 has completed the attendance register. I want to ask the district leads to post the link to the attendance register on the WhatsApp group, because the form is also mobile friendly. It works fantastic on a mobile phone. So those of you that, because sometimes people can't work, they can't open different tabs and then they get stuck. They don't know how to get back to the training. So you can follow the training on your laptop and maybe fill in the attendance register on your phone. But there are many ways to do it. I think I've made it clear now. So I don't know if there are any questions. So I'm going to keep this one open, and I'm constantly going to monitor how many responses we get. You have to realize that if you don't fill in this attendance register, it means you weren't present at training, and it's going to have implications when you get paid. I mean, how can you work if you're not trained? So if your name is not on this register, it means you were not trained, and then there will be consequences. So make sure that you complete this. After today's training, I will stay behind and I will help those that are still struggling. But I want us to kind of leave the register for a break, if we have a break, or otherwise park it till the end of the training and I'll assist those. Please don't ask any more questions about the attendance register. Not now. I will definitely do it after the training. But for now, please focus on the training and not on the attendance register. Okay, any questions?
Princess, your hand is up. Princess.
Hey, ma'am, I want to ask, what do we write on the quantile, school category quantile?
Can you ask one of the teachers in your school? Are you at school now?
Yes, sir.
Ask one of the teachers what quintile school are you in. They will
okay.
tell you. Like I say, you've got the whole day to fill in this register. During break, you can quickly go and ask them what's the EMIS number of the school, what quintile. Any other questions? Remember
No.
to put your hand down after you ask the question.
Yes, lower your
So,
hand, Princess Shaman.
Princess,
Malapane, MC, and Chadi. Malapane.
okay, I'm just going to
Malapane.
lower Malapane's hand for you then. Otherwise, we get confused.
Yes, Malihwane. Malihwane.
You're muted if you're talking. You nearly had
Hello.
it. That's it.
Yes.
Can I please have the WhatsApp number?
The what?
We're going to look at the 5 reading activities that you are supposed to implement in your schools as reading champions. Most of the time we're talking about learners, and we're saying that learners must read with understanding. The same applies to you today. I want you to read or to listen with understanding. Now here, there are 5 reading activities that you're supposed to do, which are storytelling, read aloud, shared reading, heard reading, and independent reading. These are the 5 activities that you must do with your learners so that they will be encouraged to read more. Now let us go and look at the definitions. You are expected to answer me which correct definition is for the first sentence, second sentence, and third up to the 5th one. Number 1, this involves the reading champion using a big book which is shown to the class. The reading champion reads the book and at certain times ask the learners to read with him or her. Please give me the correct answer.
Mama Tlabane, Uratile's hand is up. Uratile?
Hello. Hello, Dion. Gloria.
Uratile's hand is up.
Gloria.
Uratile's hand is up. Can you give her the opportunity?
Thank you. Whose hand is that? I can't see the hand. I see. Oh, yeah, Oratile. Oratile, can you ask the question? Oratile? Tlagelani. He's not responding.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
I think it's reading aloud.
Okay. Another hand, please.
Chehofato?
It would be storytelling.
All right.
It's Chehofato, ma'am. She has responded.
Okay, let her.
Yes, ma'am, I did respond. I said it's storytelling.
Nearly serious on Dane.
Pardon me?
Ma'am, do you get the responses from the the participants?
No,
Charmaine, you don't.
no, I didn't get the response.
Okay, I don't know what's happening because they
Nel
respond, but then now we are all.
Nelisiwe Sondlane.
Yes, Nelson was on Dane.
I think it's shared
There's
reading.
someone who's disturbing my network.
Okay. I'll then request Nompumelelo, can you assist Charmaine
There
in
any
case
hand?
it does- Oh, it's Madima. Okay, now the question is the respondent is Abigail. Abigail. Abigail, what is your response?
There's Nelly Siwe. I think it's Nelly Siwe. Nelly Siwe, please unmute yourself.
Nelisiwe?
Mkwekwesi's hand is up. Mkwekwesi.
Nelisiwe?
Nelisiwe Sondlane from Jan Records. I think it's shared reading number 1.
Okay, thanks very much, Nelly Siwe, for your response. Number 1 is shared reading because they are using a big book for all of them to read. The reading champion is reading, and the learners are also reading. Number 2, this involves a learner reading his or her own book quietly to themselves.
Austin? Oh, you gone now. Mhlongo Sihle? All right. Let's report in this order. You start with Austin.
Independent.
Austin?
Independent reading.
Independent reading?
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yes, it's independent reading because the learner is reading quietly to him or herself. Number 3, this involves a reading champion telling others a story. This can be their own story or a story they remember reading.
Sihle? Sihle Mhlongo? All right. Hlanhla Zwane? Chimoy Khosa?
It's a storytelling, ma'am.
Thanks very much. Is storytelling. Number 4, this involves a reading champion reading a picture book. This involves a reading champion reading a picture book or other book out aloud to the listeners. The reader involves the listeners by showing pictures and engaging them through questions and discussions.
No, it's reading aloud, ma'am.
Thanks very much. It's read aloud. Number 5, this involves readers reading in pairs from a single book. They take turns to read and ask each other questions about the book.
Evidence Nyati? Evidence Nyati? All right. Malamule.
It's a paired reading.
I'm requesting for another hand, Mashabane. Thanks for the
Evidence Nyati. Okay. Evidence Nyati.
Tamulane and Tembela. It's paired reading.
Thanks very much. It's paired reading. When they are pairs, when they are in pairs, they are 2-2. So I hope we have noticed that also the definition also outlines what you are supposed to do in each activity.
Thank you very much.
Number
Ricky.
two,
Sorry,
sorry,
Shami.
there's someone who
When the question is when you have responded to your question, please lower your hand so that I can see who is raising the hand for the following question. Right now, because there's no question asked, lower your hands. After ma'am has asked a question, then you raise your hands again. Thank you, Shami.
Thanks very much, Member Savan. I was indicating that even the definitions are outlining what you're supposed to do as a reading champion in each activity. I hope you have noticed that. So let us proceed to another step. Ma'am Gloria, may you please place one video.
Oh.
Today we're going to read our book. Ne? First, let's look at the picture. What do you see in the picture? What do you see in the picture? Aza, what do you see?
I see a closet have a clothes that fit him.
Oh, her clothes don't
Fit.
She says her clothes don't fit her. Why do you say her clothes don't fit her?
Because the shirt is not, it's up on her stomach.
Okay, so the shirt is not covering the stomach. Okay. How does she look? Can you look at her face? Look at her face. Tell me, how do you think she looks? How do you think she feels? Lena? She feels sad. How do you guys feel when your clothes don't fit? How, do you feel sad? What do you do with clothes that don't fit you? What do you do with clothes that don't fit you, Libanga?
I give someone else.
You give them to someone else. What do you think happens for your clothes not to fit you? And then
because it's fat.
Because you could be fat, ne? Is that the only reason why clothes don't fit you? Why else, Mangel?
Because you are growing.
Because you are growing. You growing?
You're
growing bigger, or you're growing taller. Let's read and see. What does the title of the story say?
too small.
Too small. Mom, calls Lebu, come and look. These clothes are all too small for me. What do you think her mother's going to do if her clothes are too small for her? She has to? She has to buy other clothes. Let me see, says Mom. What's this time, Sam? Let's fix this first. Asma, what is she wearing? Who can tell me what she's wearing? Put your hand up, please. What is she wearing? She's wearing a skirt. Look at my skirt. It's too small, says Lebu. Yes, it is, says Mom. Nomsa can have your skirt. Who do you think Nomsa is? Who do you think Nomsa is? Nangamso? Lo. Solo bandalo. Who is Lo? It's Nomsa, but who do you think Nomsa is to Lebu? Who do you think?
Sister.
Lebu's sister. Do you think it's Lebu's bigger sister or younger sister? Do you think it's let's have somebody else answer. Asan.
Small.
It's smaller sister. Why do you think it's the smaller sister? Why do you think it's the other?
Because said your mommy going to give Lebu.
And what happens? What is Lebu to what is Nomsa to Lebu?
Lebu is little.
Okay, yes, and that's why the clothes will fit.
Nomsa.
That's why the clothes will fit Nomsa. Look at my, what are these?
Jeans.
Jeans or pants. Look at my jeans. They're too small, says Lebu. Yes, there are, says Mom. Nomsa can have your jeans. What does Nomsa now have? Skirt. She's got Lebu's skirt. What else does she now have? Jeans. Whose jeans? Lebu. She's now got Lebu's jeans. Look at my t-shirt. Very good. Look at my t-shirt. It's too small, says Lebu. Yes, it is, says Mom. Nomsa can have your t-shirt. What does Nomsa now have? Skirt. Lebu's skirt. Jeans. Lebu's jeans. And Lebu's t-shirt. Look at my jersey. It's too small, says Lebu. Yes, it is, says Mom. Nomsa can have your. Look at my. Do you know what this is? Jacket. It's a jacket. It's a raincoat. Look at my raincoat. It's too small, says Lebu. Yes, it is, says Mom. What do you think Mom's gonna say now? What do you think? Put your hand up if you know what Mom's gonna say. What do you think Mom's gonna say? What is that? Yeah? What do you think she's gonna say? Whose clothes are these? Are they Nomsa's or Lebu's? They're Lebu's clothes. And Lebu says there are two. So what do you think Mom's gonna say?
Nomsa can have them.
Which one now? Which one is Nomsa having?
Raincoat.
Raincoat. Let's read. Nomsa can have your raincoat. What does Nomsa have? Who can tell me what Nomsa has now?
Okay.
She has a skirt, jeans, a jersey, and now she's got a raincoat. Look at my socks. They're too small, says Lebu. Yes, they are, says Mom. What do you think she's going to say? What do you think, Burger?
Lebu's going to say to Nomsa, to Lebu, Nomsa will have your socks.
So Mom will say to Nomsa, Mom will say to Lebu, Nomsa, Nomsa can have your socks. She says that. Look at my shoes, or what else can we call these? Look at my tackies. They're too small, says Lebu. Yes, they are, says Mom. Nomsa can have your tackies. How many things does Nomsa now have? How many can you count? Count in your head. See them in your head and count. And tell me how many things she has. How many things does Nomsa now have? She has 6. Okay, let's name them. She has a skirt, jeans, a t-shirt,
your camera, baby.
A raincoat, socks, and now she has tackies. Is that 6? She has 7 things now. Look. How do you think Nomsa feels?
Happy.
Why is she happy? But why is she happy?
Her clothes is lot.
She has a lot of. Why is Nomsa happy? She has a lot of clothes.
Thanks very much, Ma'am Gloria. With this program of us, with this reading program, we usually say that we are reading for pleasure. But in reality, while we are reading for pleasure, we are busy learning something from whatever we are reading about. For instance, from the video that we have watched, I hope you have learned something from the video. What is it that you have learned as a reading champion?
Thank you, Charmaine. Before reading champions, you respond. Please, those who have their cameras on, switch them off, please. Selby, Houston, switch your camera off. Otherwise, guys will switch you off and you won't be listening. It won't be assist us, both of you and us. All right, there's a question from Mem Charmaine. What have you read or got from the story? Any response?
I want them to tell me what they've learned.
Okay, what you have learned from the story.
Yes.
This hand is up, but I can't see whose hand is that. Can somebody help me? Whose hand is this?
Hlamulani.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Me as a reading champion, I've learned that in shared reading, the teacher uses pictures, physical pictures, for the learners to understand easily.
Okay, thanks very much, Kamlani.
And Shimoi Kosa. Please, reading champions, switch off your cameras for the last time now. Shimoi. Shimoi. Shimoi Kosa. Samlani again.
No hand. The hand was for the previous one.
Please lower it. After responding, lower your hand.
I've
Nelsie, where's Ondane? Nelsie, where?
In paired reading, I've learned that when you are reading, you must let the learners participate, like asking questions.
Okay, thanks very much.
And then we had another hand, Nhlanhla Zwane. Nhlanhla Zwane. Oh, it's an old hand. Thank you, ma'am.
No.
Are you coming, Nhlanhla?
Yes.
Okay.
So on my side, I've learned that on storytelling, first thing first, you have to tell the children about the cover page of the story and then allow them to tell you about what the story is going to talk about inside before. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Lanta.
Queeneth Sedibe.
Okay, I've also learned that you must be energetic.
Ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
The last one, it's Natalia Mkansi. Natalia. Natalia. Okay, it's not in. The last one is success.
Hello, I'm here. Hello.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. What I learned is that in shared reading, you have to engage with the children. You have to ask them questions. Let them tell you what they think about the story. Yeah, and be energetic as well, and really try to make it relatable to them as well.
Thanks very much, Natasha.
Natalia.
Natalia, okay, thanks, Natalia.
There's one more, it's a success, Bohlabela, the last one, the very last one. Oh, there's James again. Oh, success. And the last will be James, in that order.
What I think is that your body language has to be more active, and then let them participate in order to determine whether they understand the story or not.
Okay, thanks very much.
James?
Thanks very much for all your comments or your responses.
Hello.
With regard to, is there
Sorry,
anyone
ma'am.
else who want to speak?
Sorry, ma'am. There's James on the line. James?
Yes, James on the line. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Go ahead and speak, James.
Okay. What I've learned there is classroom management. When you read for learners, you have to make sure that all the learners are well seated.
Okay, thanks. Is there any other hand?
I think there are many, but we can go on, ma'am. Otherwise, yeah, we can see I still have. Oh, no, they responded. They didn't lower their hand. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thanks, Ma'am Mashabane and Reading Champions. I hope you have learned several things from the video. You have learned things that are relating to the implementation of the reading activity as storytelling. What you are supposed to do when you implement storytelling. You have noticed that the teacher introduced the story to the learners and check whether they know something about the story by do your work with your learners. You need to introduce the story or the title. You check whether they do know something about the title by asking questions. It will indicate to you if they know the title or something about the story. If they don't, you need to explain to them what the title is all about or the story is all about. You need to show them the book, the cover, even the author. Then you need to start reading after introducing your story to them. Then when you read, you don't read the whole book or you don't relate the whole story. You must stop and ask questions to check if they are following the story, if they know something about what you have read about, if they can relate whatever you have read about to their everyday life. Then after asking these questions or after the learner's response, you proceed again reading and stop asking questions. You engage the learners each and every time to check whether they are listening, to check whether they are following the story. Until you reach the end. At the end, you check if they can relate the story to their everyday life, if they have learned something from the story by asking questions. Are we still together, Reading Champions? Any questions up to so far?
We are still together, ma'am. We are still together.
Okay. So what is it? I want to know something that you have learned from the theme or from the story itself. What's it that is relating to your everyday life? Those who unmuted themselves, may you please mute your mics. You'll be given chance to speak. If you raise your hand, you'll be granted an opportunity to speak, but now it's my time. Constance, Ratile, and whosoever, mute your mics.
Reading champions. Reading champions. This is totally unacceptable. You are disturbing the presenter now and all of us. Please mute your mics and ensure that your turn will come. Then we speak. All right, Ma'am Charmaine.
Okay, thanks, Masabane. I hope they do have two parts of the bodies, two separate items which are located in their head, and their function is to listen. So may they please use their ears to listen. so that we'll be able to proceed. Reading champion, I'm requesting to know what have you learned as a life lesson from the activity that we saw in the video. What is it that you learned?
Charmaine?
Hello.
There is one comment on the chat that says, I learned that when the teacher reads, she gives the children a chance to participate by asking them questions.
Thanks, Ma'am Gloria. But now I'm wanting something relating to life, not to the activity itself. James?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, relating to life, I think we should do this not only at school or during library times, but even at home. We can as reading champions, we can teach our parents and guardians on how to read for their children at home. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, James. There's another hand, Ma'am Gloria. May you please assist me with it?
Natalia?
Hello. I think what I learned as a life lesson is from the story was that it is so important to share and to give things that no longer fit to people that may be able to use, as something they love, especially in terms of clothes. As the story was actually speaking about clothes, I learned that sharing is very important. There is, if something doesn't fit me, there is another person who could actually fit in that. So yeah.
Thanks very much for your response. Natalia?
Sonia? Forgiveness, unmute and talk to us. Sonia, sorry, Sonia, and forgiveness, unmute and talk to us. Shamulani?
Yes.
Sonia? Yes, talk to us.
Yes.
I've learned to be motivated and inspired to become independent reader and to be patient. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your response. Ma'am Gloria, I think we need to go ahead. Reading champions, when you implement the activities, all of them, you need to follow the same procedure, but you need to take into consideration that this is a storytelling. You need to tell a story. You read a story, then at the end, you go and tell the learners the story. Number two, shared reading. You can do shared reading with a big book. You can do it with an overhead projector and interactive whiteboard where you display the story and share the reading with your learners. Number three is paired reading. With paired reading, you are going to pair your learners. You allow themselves to pair themselves. If they are failing, you assist them to pair themselves and they read in pairs, and you ask each pair questions while they are reading, or you give them a chance to engage with you while they are reading. Read aloud. You prepare a story, or you select a story that is relevant to your learners. Then you go to them, you read aloud to them, you ask them questions in order to check whether they understand whatever you're reading about, and maybe to encourage them to read more. The last one, the independent reading. You can model the independent reading, and at the end of the day, you'll request your learners to do the independent reading. And with independent reading, please do not embarrass your learners in front of others. Those who are unable to read, you need to take good care of them. Ensure that they read one-on-one with you, not in the class where they are going to be embarrassed. So reading champions, we're having these 5 reading activities that you are supposed to implement as a reading champion. When you go back to your schools, please implement these 5 reading activities. I hope Ma'am Gloria will proceed with whatever she's going to do with you about the reading activities. Is there any other question? Please raise your hand before I hand this opportunity to Ma'am
Near
Gloria.
primary school. So near primary school. Any question? So near. Ma'am Shami, the hand
Okay,
is up.
thanks, Ma'am Master. There's a hand up. If there's no hand, Ma'am Mathaban, I forget this, that while you're doing these activities, please encourage your learners to learn new words from the stories or from the books, and encourage them to use dictionaries to check for meaning. We do have soft copies and hard copies. Soft copies are the digital dictionaries that you download into your phones, and hard copies are the physical dictionaries that you have in your schools or in your libraries. Please encourage your learners to make use of dictionaries and to learn new words from each story or from each book. And currently, our learners are interested in pronunciation of words. So please encourage them to pronounce correctly by using the Google platform. Dion, may you please assist us in this regard?
Before Dion, there are 2 hands here. Love Mom Kwena and Sonia. Please, reading champions, when you are done, lower your hand because some of the hands are up. I'm not so very sure whether it's for now or previously. But Love More, yours is up, followed by Sonia Primary School. Love More.
Okay, I want to ask, which time, like we assist those who like read like independently at what time, because like we don't have a free period.
Love More, you don't have a free period. Are you assisting your teachers with teaching and learning? Because what you are supposed to do as a reading champion is to implement reading activities. I think your school or your language teachers must allocate time to you to implement the reading activities. Or if your school do have a library, you do have library periods. This is the time which you are supposed to implement the reading activities.
All right, thank you.
We are not supposed
Sonia.
to assist teaching and learning.
Okay. Sonia Primary. Shomani. Shomani Secondary School. Shomani. Okay. Ma'am. Hamid. Ma'am,
There are no hands. Let us request Dion to assist us with pronunciation of words. Dion, are you with us?
Yes, sorry. I just had a call again, so I cut it short. So let me do this. Okay, just for interest's sake, you'll see that already 162 people filled in the register.
Oh, that's
Okay,
good.
so what I want to do now is, so say for instance, you somewhere where there's no dictionary nearby, or or the learners with no dictionary nearby. I think anyway, there's Dictionaries are also a very scarce thing in people's houses. But you have a solution that is wonderful. But unfortunately for that one, you will have to have a device like a mobile phone or a tablet or a laptop or a PC. Because what you do is, I mean, you all know, I just want to make it more familiar for you. All of you know a Google search. How, if somebody tells you go and Google it, hopefully you know how to do it, because I always say, if you can Google something, don't teach it. Um, Learners can go and do research on all of that. You must focus well, I'm talking to teachers now, so I'm rather going to cut it short there. I got a bit drifted there, but okay, let's get back to the point. Sorry, I just had a call now that confused me, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So what you do is you go to Google, and what you must do, you have to do this. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You type in meaning. I'm going to leave that one for later. Just to make it quicker, let's look at that word. So we see this word apothecary. Apothecary, or is it apothecary? How do one pronounce it and what does it mean? So the person, that meaning is a person who prepared and sold medicines and drugs. Now, please don't think it's drug lords. What happens is that in Britain and in South Africa, we call it a chemist. The Americans call it a drugstore, which I actually think is very appropriate because some of these prescribed medications are also drugs. So it has nothing to do with nyope or with cocaine or crystal meth or tik. It is about medicine. So don't get confused by that word. Okay, now you know what it means. Oh, you know what? I didn't include computer sound. It's not going to work. I am so sorry. I have to go back. Sorry, I know we have limited time and I'm now wasting even more time, but this is important that I include the computer sound, otherwise it won't work. So, okay. So now we have that word and we know what it means. But it is, I'm telling you, I think for a child in primary school, it's very difficult to pronounce it. And I think even to some of us, because English is not our mother tongue. And so if you don't know, now you'll see there's a mic, like the same one that you have here at the bottom of your screen for the volume. Now listen. So now you see it's apothecary. Now you know what it means, and you also know how to pronounce it. But if the learners still find it very difficult, then they help you to practice. Okay, the practice, they don't want us to practice today. We'll show. Okay, no, it's not working. But anyway, I want to quickly just show another word because it is something that we're talking about. And it is, please, there are people in the background with their microphones on.
I'm dealing with them, dear.
Now, reading champions, listen to that. And that should please put you off. Put your mics on. Can somebody just mute that person?
I'm muting them, dear. It's only that there are many. I'm trying to mute
Okay.
you.
No, it's fine. I will now check who's that person, and I'm going to name and shame that person. So the other word that we have problems with, and I also have made many mistakes here. Okay, now that one we did. Now we want to know what is the meaning of, or not the meaning, how do we, everybody thinks they know everybody thinks they know how to pronounce this word. And up till recently, I also made the mistake because I remembered that when I was still teaching, I was sitting at the English table, and every time I talked about it, they were laughing. And so one day I said to them, you know what, you're very rude. Why are you laughing? So they said to me, no, your pronunciation, you hear what I'm saying? I say my pronunciation is not correct. So I said, but what is it? If it's not pronunciation, what is it? Remember, the word meaning must be there. And now I go and I look at it. Well, I don't think it's really a very good definition because they just, but you can go in and they will break it down for you even more. But so for all of us that says pronunciation.
Dion,
Yes,
it's not projecting. It's not projecting. Please project.
Okay, sorry.
There's a hand.
Okay, no, let me just finish here,
There's a
please.
hand.
Let me just finish here before we ask, so that this is
Okay.
over and done with.
All right.
So we all think we know how to pronounce this word. You see, that's the problem because you say pronounce. Now, English is a strange language. So we say pronounce, but listen how it is actually.
Pronunciation. Pronunciation. Pronunciation.
You see, we all forget that U is there. We say pronunciation because we use how do you pronounce that word? So that is something that you have to look out for. Even words that you think you are familiar with. And it's very nice to have. So everywhere that you go where you have a mobile phone or a tablet or anything, you can immediately go and look up the word, and you can even see how you should pronounce it. I think this is a very, very valuable skill for you to know and also to teach to the learners. Okay, ma'am, I'm finished. Over to you, ma'am Maslabane. Okay, I think we might have lost her. Let's just continue. Okay, wait, there's one hand, Austin.
Austin? Yes.
Austin. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking. And my mic is
And you
off.
were muted.
Yes, Austin.
I still do it as well.
Austin. Oh,
I think
it's
he had
quiet.
such a fright he rather put his hand down.
Okay. Gloria, continue. Austin is quiet now.
Thank you, Mama Shabane. Thank you, Dion. Thank you, Charmaine. I don't know if Dr. Mashaba is still in the room. If he's still in the room with us, good morning, Dr. Mashaba. Greeting, champion. We are moving. I'm so excited. I'm happy the way you were responding to the questions. And now it's time for you to practice the 5 reading activities that Charmaine dealt with. Reading champion. Remember that with this training, we are not just doing it for fun. There is a goal that we need to achieve. And our goal is that we want all learners to become readers I don't want to say independent readers because independent is one of the reading activities, but I want all of the, at the end, when you say you are exiting the system by the end of September, all our learners, we must sing same song to say they are now all readers, irrespective of the language that they are using, but they are all readers. You know, indigenous language, they are very important. They must also know how to read their vernaculars. Then reading champion, what we are going to do now, we are going to put what you've learned into practice. I was so happy when some of the reading champions like Natash, Natalia was successful, James, they were, when Sesame said, let's share actually what you've learned from the video, from the activity. Then they were even indicating that the teacher was so energetic, body expression, you know, the classroom management. That is exactly what we want you to do as from tomorrow when you go back to the class. Then what I'm going to do now, don't look at don't check the 30 minutes that is written there, because I know you are the champions. The word champions means already you are experts. I'm just going to give only 5 minutes, and what you are going to do, you are going to practice those reading activities. You choose only one out of the 5, wherever you are, you choose one. Remember the storytelling, read aloud, shared reading, paired reading, independent reading. I know that maybe some of you, maybe you are the only one reading champion. Then what you are going to do if you are the only one reading champion, because we are not going to organize the breakout rooms for now. What we are going to do, if you are one and you want to do storytelling, yes, you are welcome to do that. What you can do, as you do the storytelling, you pretend as if there are learners in front of you. The task that you have to do, don't go to the class and or bring learners to where you are. Pretend as if learners they are in front of you, and as you do it, just do it the way you demonstrate. You know, those gestures they want to see. I just want to give you an example that maybe you are talking the story about what you want to tell the story about the dog. You know, don't just stand in front of the learners and just say, there once upon a time there was a dog next door. You need to ask the learners when you start, would you love to hear the story about the dog? You know, learners now are waiting. They become excited, waiting to hear the story of the dog. And when it's time for the dog to bark, don't just say, the dog was barking. When it's time to bark, say, whoo, whoo. You know, the learners now start to be interested. And then that's how you need to do it. Then reading champion, I'm going to give you 5 minutes for you to practice wherever you are. Then after that, it's time for the feedback. Time for the feedback. Don't tell me that when I have to do shared reading, learners will be listening to me, I will be talking. Grab the book closer to you as I'm talking now. That book, use it to practice, to demonstrate. When you demonstrate, you do things practically. Then you demonstrate to us. And when it's time for you to demonstrate, what I'm going to allow you to do is to switch on your camera, to unmute, so that we are able to see the way you are doing it. Hope my explanation will take you somewhere for the preparation. And I think it's well understood, my explanation. That's the task I want you to do. Then what you are going to do now, grab the book closer to you, whatever the book. And when you do the presentation, Ustaz Shaman indicated clearly that everything has got an introduction. It has a body. It has a conclusion. Then you can't just start out of nowhere. If you have a book now, you can take, whether it's a workbook or whatever the book you have, show the learner, tell them the title, Tell them the author, if it is necessary, then go through it. If you are going to demonstrate for us, tell us whether you are demonstrating to grade R or grade 1 or grade 2 learners, so that we'll be able to judge. I don't want to use the word judge. We will be able to assess, sorry for the word judge, to assess when it's time to comment. We are able to assist you. When it's time for the feedback, reading champion, all of us, we are going to talk. We are going to assist the presenter to say, you should have done it this way. Well done. This area needs improvement. That is what we are supposed to do. And then when yesterday I said there is no wrong way or right way of presenting, one said, what do you mean by wrong and why by right? When I say wrong and right is that now we are on the learning curve. Then I can't say you are wrong. After correcting you, then you'll know how to do it. Then be free. Do it as you are doing it in front of the learners. Most of you are already in class. I believe now that whatever that you are going to do is not something new. It's something that you know, and you are going to do it boldly, with confidence. Then do it for us. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and then after that, when you are ready, you know, don't show you how to react. Reaction. Just show me by the hand, by the thumbs up. I know that you are ready. Then you raise your hand from there. Then I will follow the line to call you to say, come to the platform. It's time for you. Podium is for you. You can start to present. And please, we are many, and we are working together, and all of us wants to present. Paragraph is enough. Don't read for me 2 pages or 3 pages. Just a paragraph is enough. If it's a storytelling, let it be a storytelling that we won't lose concentration. Reading champion, just react to show me by your reaction that what I'm talking to you is making sense to you in a way that we can start to prepare. The issue of attendance register, not for now. Let's wait, as Dion said, let's attend the issue of the activities. Akon Ox, is not time for you now. Switch off your camera. Yes, the rest, then you can go and prepare. I'm giving you, now let me give you 7 minutes. 10 past 10, we're starting. Thank you. Mute your mics, all of you. Switch off your camera. Akon Ox, switch off your camera, please. And that you can give other people space. I know you might be struggling with switching off a camera. If you look up there on top, there is a word written camera, even an icon of camera. Just click it. Once the line goes across, then it means it's off. Thank you. Reading champion.
Gloria, quickly, I hope you saw how many reactions you got while you were talking. It was really a barrage. But what I find interesting is some people laughed. So, so I was thinking to myself, what is funny about this? So that was just on a lighter note.
Thank you, Dion. Some are laughing that I'm too fast. So that she's too fast.
Some are laughing that you are too dramatic. That is very interesting, you know, when you are narrating. So good morning, colleagues. Let me take this opportunity and welcome Dr. Mashaba in our midst, so that Dion is happy that he's not alone now as a man. He's got a voice of a man. Dr. Mashaba, can you just introduce yourself and greet the team here? It's a lovely team with just one man. Dr. Mashaba. Dr. Mashaba. It's fine. When he comes in, I've learned that he is in our midst. I don't know whether he's trying to unmute the mic. Dr. Mashaba, when you're ready, you'll indicate by your hand so that we give you a chance to greet us as a sign of acknowledgement, so that Dion can be happy. He has been alone here. He's trying to speak like us, because he's just feel maybe this is the land of females only. Thank you, Dion. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Madima. Thank you.
No, I don't discriminate against genders. I get along with anybody, male, female, 8 years old, 80 years old, white, black, Indian. I get along with everybody.
Good, good, good.
So
Yeah, good, good.
I don't mind to be the thorn amongst the roses.
Yeah, the thorn will hurt us, sometimes, but thorns are good.
Yeah. No? You felt the pricks a few times.
Volume of the topic. You put your name first.
Pamela, when I unmute you, don't mute me. When I unmute you, don't unmute yourself. Pamela and James, I've learned that whenever we try to mute you, you unmute yourself again. Please leave it like that. Don't unmute yourself. Pamela? One minute left. Only a minute. After that, I'm starting.
Melo, Machate, mute your.
Thank you, reading champions. I'm back now. Can you raise up your hands? Then we can start. Remember the issue of the break Mama Mahlabane spoke about. We have our own special break. Don't leave us. Please, we will let you know now it's break for you. Then you coach Julius Mashego. Switch on your camera and unmute and tell us first the activity that you want to do, and then you tell us the grade, and then you continue. Net off, switch it on. Pamela? While they're still taking time, yes, the Ndlovu is fine. Ndlovu, you can start. It's dark, your camera is dark, we can't see anything. Vanilla, thank you, Vanilla, you can start. Unmute. Hi, Bo Vanilla. Reading champion, I'm waiting. Mashego, unmute and start. Unmute, Mashego. I've got a number of cameras on me. Now I don't know what is happening. No pass. Yes. Ndlovu, you are muted, and if you are not unmuting and start, I'm going to remove you because you are coming time and again. No Kwazi? Ndlovu is causing a lot of confusion. I think I'll remove you, Ndlovu, just now because you're causing a lot of confusion.
Yeah, if you can remove them for some time, maybe they will respond. Otherwise, we're not moving anyway.
Nothing is happening with Ndlovu. Reading champion. No Kwazi? Yeah. Natalia?
Yes.
Switch on your camera and unmute. Then you can start.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I hope you can see me.
You can rotate. You can rotate your screen.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm not sure how to do that. My actual screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Rotate in a way that.
Sorry.
Yes,
no. Oh, wait. Now it's fine.
I can see the chairs. The right.
Yeah. Now I rotated it to the back. Oh yeah, now
it's fine. Good. Now it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I won't be reading a book that is for kids because I actually don't have, because I'm not in school right now. I'm at my house. So
Yes.
I think I'll just read any random book, I guess, just to demonstrate.
Thank you. Go on, go ahead. Frozen, go ahead.
Natalie, switch off your camera, Natalie. Natalia.
Alright. Nesurmayela tande. Abambanga. Angosuka lo mele witness ayusuka nangala witness asuka atlawa kutama na yini.
Reading champions.
Sorry.
You are really disturbing
Hello.
you're disturbing the mute your mic, please, good people. You are disturbing the training. Natalia, switch off
Sorry,
your
I was
camera.
receiving a call. Yeah.
Oh, John, I don't know what to do now. Pamkhelo.
Hello.
Pamkhelo. Natalia.
Yes.
Yeah, ne?
Should I switch off my camera?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Switch it
okay.
off.
Sorry, I thought I was up.
Oh, you want to say something? You want to say something?
Yes, I was
Okay.
supposed to be doing my reading. I just received a call and that kind of disconnected me.
Lady?
Gloria.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Natalia, do you want to present or was you have some challenges?
Yes, I was having some challenges. Somebody called me and then the phone actually disconnected me for that moment.
Oh,
so I think
then
that's what happened.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was apologizing first that I wasn't going to read a story related to learners, or kids rather, because I'm actually not currently in school. So I just have a random book with me. I think the point is just to demonstrate, the reading activities, and I'll be doing independent reading, right? Can you see? Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be doing independent reading today, and I'll be reading a book called Conversations with Myself, Nelson Mandela. And this book is about Nelson Mandela, who was one of the greatest presidents of the country. So this book gives us access to information on his private life and his private archives while he was still in jail. So I will just read. Sorry. Sorry. So it goes. The first paragraph goes, I shall stick to our vow. Never, under any circumstances, pray anything.
Shilo Vankuna.
Okay.
Sorry, Natalia. They're disturbing in the
Yeah.
Shilo Vankuna. Switch off your camera. Natalia, continue, Sisi, but you are
Okay.
disturbed. Sorry for that.
Okay. So this specific archive is from a letter to Fatima Mia, dated 1 March 1971. So this was written in his diary when he was still in jail. He wrote this letter in 1 March 1971. It goes, I shall stick to our vow, never under any circumstances, to say anything unbecoming for the other. The trouble, of course, is that most successful men are prone to some form of vanity. There comes a stage in their lives where where they consider it permissible to be egotistic and brag to the public at large about their unique achievements. What a sweet euphemism for self-praise the English language has evolved. Autobiography, they choose to call it, where the shortcomings of others are frequently exploited to highlight the praiseworthy accomplishments of the author. I am doubtful if I will ever sit down to sketch my background. I have neither the achievements of which I could boast nor the skill to do it. If I lived on the cane spirit every day of my life, I still would not have had the courage to attempt it. I sometimes believe that through me, creation intended to give the world the example of a mediocre man in the proper sense of the term. Nothing could tempt me to advertise myself. Had I been in the position to write an autobiography, its publication would have been delayed until our bones had been laid, and perhaps I might have dropped hints not compatible with my vow.
Thank you, Natalia. The reading champion, remember that you are many on the queue as you present your activity. Try to be short. And Shiluba, I removed you because of the camera, and you are back. I'll remove you again, Shiluba. Switch off your camera. It's time for Natalia. We want to thank you for that. Reading champions, now it's time for us to give the feedback on what Natalia was doing. You know, Natalia gave us a presentation, and now it's time for the feedback. Tell us from what you've learned or what you've observed, whether Natalia did well or any aspect that require improvement. If there are some aspects that needs improvement from her side, let's assist her. If she did well, let's applaud her for doing well. Then reading champion, Natalia, switch off your video now. Thank you. Then you'll hear from us as we comment on what you've done. Thank you for that. Keledi? Keledi, you are making noise. Now it's time to comment on what Natalia did. Reading champion, what can you tell us about Natalia? How was the reading? Love more?
She have read so.
Okay. She have read so well. She's fluent. I just have a concern, or I don't know. Like, to me, as an EA, I can rate it 10 out of 10. But I'm not quite sure that if she was reading this book for grade 3 or grade 4, they could understand her, because she was so fast. To the point that even myself, some of the things I've missed it. I did not comprehend everything.
Thank you, Love More. The issue of fast, I'm very fast also, but I've picked it up that she was so fast, though even she was reading to us, not even the younger grades. She was so fast, and the way she was doing it, she's very good. The accent is very good. She's flowing, but sometimes the way she's so fast, she was not even observing the punctuations the way she was reading, but she did so well. She read so well in a way that learners are able even to learn. They can learn pronunciation in some of the words. And with that one, with Natalia, the way she started, yes, she gave us the background. That was good. Then it makes us to want to know more what is going to happen. But even though it was just an independent reading, she was not engaging the learners. You need to interact. You need to engage the learners. That's how reading comes interesting. interesting. Because if you don't engage people that you are talking to, it becomes a problem, because all of them will just listen to you. Even some, they won't even listen, they will be playing. Some, if they do have faults in the classroom, they will be playing in their faults. Then they think that you need to do, Natalia, next time. I love the way you did I love your introduction. It was so interesting, catching our sight in a way that we need to know more. We want to, and there were so many questions out of your passage. If I was part of the group of the school learners, I was going to ask you so many questions. Who is this Mandela? What happened? Why is it like this? Why this month are we celebrating Mandela? There were so many questions. Thank you so much. Forgiveness, do you want to comment?
Judicious, Mashe. Judicious, do you want to say something? Comment?
If you don't want to comment, you can present. You are welcome. Kamkhelo, you're already on the podium. Can you unmute and present, Kamkhelo? If you don't want to present, Kamkhelo, switch off your camera so that we can give others chance to present. Forgiveness. It's dark. Your camera is dark. It's not showing anything. Forgiveness. Do you want to come in? Switch on your camera. Anyone who wants to come in, switch on your camera. Julius, Keledi, your hands are up. If not, I'm just going to pick up the names now. Love more. Love more. Switch on your camera and unmute, then you present. Don't worry, I'll remove Kamkhelo. Yes, Love Monsieur, I'm going to remove Kamkhelo now.
Good morning, learners. And today I'm going to tell you a story. So here, what do you see here? Oh, you see a man. How can you describe this man? All right. Natalia. Okay. Oh, a man with a big belly. All right. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is going to happen about a man with a big belly, as our title is a man with a big belly? Okay. Okay. I want to tell you this. Okay. During the 19th, had a big belly, and this in the that's what he was doing. A big belly. Happening in the forest.
Deny
for story shamakulu security lava rhandza ku ni matraining ka yo va driving school security
Reading champions, you are disturbing us. We don't have time. You are busy unmuting yourselves and you are disturbing the presenters. Please, please, please. We don't have time to play. Why are you doing this? No, 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 no. Give others time to speak. Sorry, Ma'am Gloria, for disturbing.
No, you are doing the housekeeping. Thank you. Love more, continue.
Ma'am Gloria, this one, QS. I think QS is, yeah.
Let me remove QS.
Don't remove him, remind him to mute himself.
No, I can mute here from my side.
Let it be so, Ma'am Gloria, thank you.
Yeah. Love more. Unmute yourself, my love more. Love more. Unmute yourself. Thank you, my boy.
The news hand is up.
Continue.
Sorry.
Shut down.
Okay.
You can start now.
Okay. Good morning, learners. Today we are going to do a storytelling. So here is the cover page. The title of this book is called A Man with a Big Belly. So before we read it, can anyone tell me what do you think or what does it come in your mind about a man with a big belly? All right. Okay. Let us open. Okay, this book it was written by Love Momkwena, and it was published 2013. So, paragraph number 1: a man with a big belly. Once upon a time, during the 1960s, there was a man with a big belly living in the forest. Uh, he was living alone. He had no family. So it happened that during the evening time, around 17 hours, 3 young men were busy with the kettle. Can anyone tell me what, according to your perspective, what was the man doing in the forest? Oh, oh, he was eating fishes and animals. Yeah, good. I think so. I'm not sure. Let us hear on the story. So it happened that one of the good days, as the man was busy fishing on the river because he wanted to have a dinner, he saw the 3 young men looking the kettles. So it happened that when he saw them, he started to roar. Oh, oh, eh, come, wait there. And the 3 young men, they ran fast, fast, and he was busy chasing them. Oh, oh, oh. And one of them, he was tripled and fell down. And it happened that the man, the man with a big belly, to hold the young man. Hey, today I'm going to eat you. I have a meal. Yeah. And then uh, it happened that when he took the young man, he went with him to his place. And then he tied the young man uh, with a rope, and he was busy preparing the water on the fire. Can anyone tell me what he was going to do with the water on the fire? Okay, do you guess the young man is going to be killed, or can anyone try to predict what is going to happen on the or after this to this young man? Okay, let us hear then. And then it happened that while he was busy preparing the fire for to boil water, it happened that he was looking for a knife. As he was looking for a knife, it happened that a nature called him, and then he went to his rest room, the forest one. Remember, so the young boy, he was busy singing, "Mama Tula, Tula, Tula," and then it happened miraculously. Someone came and rescued this young man, and they ran. When a man with a big belly came back, it happened that he found the young man there. He was not there, and it happened that he slept without food. Thank you.
Well done, love more. Reading champions, now it's time for you to comment. Well done. You know you are a good listener. Natalia started now. Shomani, Now you can see that I can see you are good listeners. The way Moses Charmaine explained to you how you are supposed to do the storytelling, independent, Dion noted, I'll come to you, all of you. Then that's how reading should be. Now you give me that strength that you are going in the classroom, you are going to do it more than. Then let me attend to the hands. Shomani, secondary school, comment. While we are attending to the comments, then Sir James, can you be ready for the next presentation? Shomani Primary School, talk to us. Yes, Dion, your hand was up.
No, that was a mistake. I actually wanted to do something else, and by accident, I pressed the microphone. So you see, even I can make mistakes.
Then
But I'm
it's
not a
fine.
repeater, you see. I make a mistake and I learn. But some of our reading champions here, they don't learn from their mistakes. Others' mistakes.
That's the challenge, and it was so good. The time Love More was presenting Reading Champion, you were so quiet, it went very well. Even the next presenter, let us give that person the opportunity like what you gave to Love More. Yes, you can comment now. Back to you, Reading Champion. Reading Champion. Love More did so well that you can't even comment. You don't even have anything to say. Love More, thank you so much. James, your hand is up.
Yes, Love More, it did very well, very well. A round of applause for Love More. But the story, I think it was very long. I'm not sure which grade was he reading for. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Prepare you the next presenter. That's what I always say. Then when you want to start, tell us which grade so that we are able to assess whether it's too long or not. Because yes, the story was long. It's only that it was very interesting. And for that, we gave him the opportunity just to finish up. And I love the way when it was time for the old man, he changed the voice. You know, you need to change the voice to show the young ones how the old men talk. And whenever it's time for you to switch to maybe to home language, you are allowed to switch to home language. And Reading Champion, something came back to my mind that even in your vernacular, your home language, you can present the stories not in English only, because some might be running away to say we are supposed to do it in English. No, even your home language, because learners are doing their great special foundation. Most of the things are in their home language. Natalia, you can comment.
I was going to say that Lovemore did very well, but I also just wanted to clear things up in terms of the books that we're reading, saying that I'm reading for grade 3s or whatever grade it is. I was going to say that, like, I made a disclaimer as well that I didn't have a specific book for the grades because I'm currently at home and not at school. So we're just reading random books that we have access to right now. It's not necessarily a book that we would read to maybe specific learners or grade 3s or grade 2s or whatever. So I might read a book that's not necessarily extremely relevant to them. It's just for the presentation for now, to show if we understand what you guys are actually trying to impart to us.
Noted and accepted. Yes, you told us. It's only that just for them to understand. You told us that you are at home, and that was good. Even if you should have just said, I'm reading for the grade 9s, it was going to be good. But I'm happy because we've learned that if for the secondary, for the senior phase, it's good. Thank you, Natalia. You did very well. Vuyelani Primary School. Please comment so that we can move.
Well done. We are impressed by your reading. It was wonderful.
Homzea, are you from Homzea Primary School? Are you from Homzea Primary School? Don't forget to lower your hand. Yes, Lebukhang, are you coming to present? You can unmute and present, Lebukhang. You want to present, Lebukhang? Yes. Please, you can start. Thank you so much, Natalia. Love more than is Lebogang. You can start, Lebogang.
Okay. There is a story in a grade 3. I'll represent on Xitsonga language.
It's fine.
Okay. Yindlu ya le xitarateni xa Nelson Mandela. Hello?
Yes, continue. You are audible.
Okay. Endleleni yo kongoma ekaya loko ni huma exikolweni. Buti wa mina a ku. Okay, buti wa mina a hi fambeni hi ndlela yin'wanyana ya ku ya ekaya. Ndzi karhele ku famba hi ndlela leyi. Hi ndlela leyi nga yi tirhisaka. U vutisa sesi wa mina. A hi fambeni hi xitarata xa Nelson. A hi tshama hi famba hi xitarata xa Nelson. I xitarata xo leha lexi nga na misinya yo tala na timbyana leti vukulaka hi le xitaratini. Xana wa chava? U vutisa buti wa mina. Hi vula hi nkarhinyana hi le ku tsutsumeni hi xitarata xa Nelson. Wanuna lonkulu a hi karhi wanuna lonkulu a hi karihela. Xana mi endla yini? Kambe hi nga yimi loko hi nga si fika emakumu ka xitarata. Emakumu ka xitarata ku ya makhetheni ya pfariwile. Byanyi lebyi a byi ri emahlweni ka yindlu byi herile. A byi si tshama byi tsemetiwa eka nkarhi wo leha. Ku na nsinya lowukulu wa swikwavava exikepeni. I mani a tshamaka laha? Ku vutisa sesi wa mina.
Lebogang.
Tshame munhu laha.
Lebogang, remember the time and everything. You don't just read the book.
Okay.
Thank you, Lebogang. You know, Lebogang, the first thing maybe that I can comment before also the reading champions are on top of you. What are you chewing? Are you chewing a bubble gum? What are you chewing? How can you do the story while you are chewing something?
Okay, you got me. I was chewing it. You got me. I was chewing it. I'm sorry about that.
Let's continue. Reading champion, comment. Switch off your video. Switch off your video. And unmute yourself. Then reading champion, there are a number of hands and those hands are not talking to me. Please talk to me. Let's go. Let's start. James, you can comment. Now, who is this one now?
James here.
You want to present, James?
No, I want to comment.
Please don't switch on your camera when you want to comment.
Yes, no, I did not switch on my camera.
No, sorry, it's not you. It's Isaac who's with camera. Sorry.
Yes. Can I comment with the language that she was reading with?
Fine. You are welcome.
Yeah, ngibona ngari uhlaye kahle ayima la fanele ayima kona, and then na macintshelo ya voice ya yena ku hlamusela meaning ya leswi a swi vula a ri ku swi endleni, but problem ya yena a ri ku byeni ka chepisi, and then man'wani marito a ma nga ha humi kahle because chepisi liya yi ri ku n'wi disturbeni. The gum that she was chewing, it was disturbing her.
Nana Cancer James, Next time you've learned that whenever you go in front of the learners, ungafambi na chepisi like classini, utlafinya chepisi, bana bakulangutini. Then the other thing, yes, you did well. Na mina shangana na Steve na shitwa, then kutrini kuhlaya kahle. Then it went well, but the thing, engagement of the learners. You need to engage me. You don't have to read the whole 12 paragraphs. Engage them in the middle. It's what Charmaine told you, that you need to engage them so that it can be interesting, so that they can be able to ask the question. Thank you for that. Then somebody, Isaac, now I want somebody who wants to present. Just switch on your camera, because now the hands are many. I don't know whom to choose or whom to leave behind, but switch on your video. Once I say it's fine, once I call your name, then your video, switch on your video and you present. Thank you, Kaleke lady. Continue. The rest, I've seen your hands that you want to comment, but next time we'll do that. Okay, lady, continue.
Greetings, ma'am. Good morning, learners. Today we're doing a shared reading. I'm doing a shared reading for the grade 5. So today we'll read a story about the King Midas and the Golden Charge. This story was written by Barbara and Herbert in 2019. If you look at the pictures, what do you predict will happen in the story? Like the people of Africa, the Greeks have always loved stories. For thousands of years, they told us tales about great leaders and heroes. There were also stories about the gods. Who do you think this story is about? Do you think it's about the Greeks, or do you think it's about the leaders and heroes? There were also stories about the gods who could perform magical arts. Now, magical arts are mystical things. It's things that we're doing inside of magic. The stories of the Greeks also taught learners in how people should behave. Here is one about a king called Midas, who learned that greed can have tragic results. When we look at these pictures that are shown in this cover book, do you think that the king was so greedy that he could sell his own daughters? We will find out. There were two things that King Midas loved more than anything else in the world. One was his beautiful young daughter, and the other was gold. One day, King Midas went for a walk in his garden. He was thinking about how much gold he had when he suddenly heard a noise. So since this book is about greed, do you think that the king will exchange his daughter for gold? What do you predict might happen in the story? We will find out. And if there's anyone who would like to share with me the book, we can all read along the book and find questions and assumptions in the book. Thank you.
Thank you, Keleti. I don't know, the background noise, Keleti, is from your school. The time you were presenting, Keleti, we couldn't see your face. I didn't want to disturb you while you were presenting to say show your face. Now, your face, we can see you now. The time you were presenting, we couldn't see your face. Reading champion, can we comment? Well done, Keledi. Reading champion, it's your time now to comment. Can we comment? Switch off your video, Keledi. Switch off your video. Romani secondary. Romani secondary. Do you want to comment? James?
Yes, we want to comment.
Yes, comment. Go on.
We see everyone is presenting, and they presented very well. So, but on our side, we are failing to
You are failing to do what, Nathan Dine? Let's proceed, Natalia. I couldn't get what Dine is saying. unless if somebody had Natalia? James? Thank you for the presentation. The presentation was well presented. And, some people are very calm. They're good. They're slow when they talk. Judicious? Judicious? I want you to talk, not to me. That's why sometimes when I see your hand, I stop talking. What do you want? Natalia, I want to say something, or maybe it's an old head. Didn't you come back again? There are a number of hands that are up. If you want to talk, unmute and talk to us. In the absence of any, then if there are questions, I think this takes us to the end of the presentation. And then can you, if there may be general questions that you want to understand from my side and the presenters, it's your time now to pose your question. We are here to help you. If there is something that you need to understand, something that needs more explanation, I think now is time concerning the reading activities. I don't know which hand, Natalia, you want to ask, Lady, you want to ask, Dine, you want to ask, I don't know. Tulama Hashi, you are having load shedding, it's fine as long as you've completed the attendance register. Please complete, because the load shedding is 11 o'clock. Make it a point that now you complete the attendance register before you leave. For all those people who are staying around Tulamahashi, please complete the attendance register now before load shedding. And after load shedding, please come back, join us again. Are you happy, Redeem Champion Day? You know the reaction. Show me. I love the reactions, Don't talk to me, just react. I don't know how your head, or it's the very same mistake that you did last time.
No, this time it's not a mistake. I just want to know, I don't want to start this. Are we at the end of this activity?
Yes, we're at the end of the
Okay.
activity.
What I quickly want to talk about is, I'm sure
Unmute yourself, Dion.
Oh, I don't know what is going on with my laptop today.
No.
As you sit there, many of you don't have teacher mentors, and that causes a problem, because it can now mean that you are alone with the children in the classroom, or it can be that you are now counting chairs and tables. So what I want to say, if you don't have a teacher mentor, you must approach your principal. If you feel that your principal is not approachable, then go to your district lead. And in this case, it is Charmaine from Bohlabela. And also, I want those who do have reading champions. What I'm going to post now is a link where your teacher mentor must please register if they have not done so. I know teacher mentors already registered on other thingies as well, but this is something different. So please, I want you, I'm imploring you to, if you don't have a teacher mentor, principal or district lead. If you have a teacher mentor, show them this link and ask them if they filled it in. If they haven't, please ask them to fill that in. We want a database of teacher mentors also in the province. Thank you.
Thank you, Dion. Reading Champion, we've come to our end of our activity. Thank you so much for the participation. Reading Champion, remember always to switch off your camera and mute your mic so that we can move well without calling you by names, because some of you are losing. We always remove you out of this because of the camera being on, and it's difficult for you to come back sometimes because of the network connectivity. Continue to do well right in the classroom. All the activities that Charmaine was
responsible for school library services. I'm so happy that the program is going well, even though I haven't been in the meeting, but I've seen that the last part, that everything is going well. Now, you have been introduced to different reading activities. You were introduced to storytelling, to independent reading, paired reading, shared reading, and also reading aloud. Now, as a reading champion, you don't just go to the class without having prepared. Now, what is important is for you to prepare your reading period. I'm sorry, your reading. You need to prepare beforehand, before the reading session. And now, in preparation, what is it that you need to do? You need to select the book that you are going to use and also consider the level of the book. Now, as you go along doing that, selecting the book, there are things that you need to consider, like the following. You need to consider whether the book that you are selecting for the reading period, will it appeal to your learners? Again, you need also to consider whether your learners will be interested in that book, or will that book also be something that your learners have experienced before. Now, those are the things that you need to consider as you select your book. Now, Sis Gloria, can you go to, yes. Now, here we've got book titles. Now, I want you as reading champions, I've talked about selecting the book before the reading session. And as I said, it is important for you to select the book that will interest your learners, that is appealing, and that is of maybe that your learners have experienced, have lived experience about the book. And also you need to consider the level, although I'll be talking about the level later. Now, here we've got different titles. Now, what I want you to do is to choose or to tell me which of the titles will be suitable for the following phases, for the foundation phase, for the intermediate phase, or for the senior phase. Sis Gloria, the screen has gone off. Gloria? Hello?
It's the camera that is off. Eugene, Dion, is the camera that is off from my side also? I don't know why. Dion?
Yes.
Dion?
Yes.
My camera is off from my side. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, let me go and check on
now
your name.
It's on now.
Is it on now?
Now it's
So
on.
I just have to speak, then everything is fine. I don't have to use my hands.
You don't have to do anything. Mabel, are you fine now?
No, I don't see the presentation.
Yeah,
You
I
don't see
also
the
don't see it.
Okay, let me go back then and bring the presentation. Oh, yes, I think the sharing was off. I think I'm back now.
Yes.
Yeah. Mabel, are you fine? Mabel?
Yes, there's a presentation.
I think Mabel is off now. Mabel? Mabel seemed to be gone.
Gloria?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I'm back now.
The presentation is there.
Yes, yes, please.
Please continue.
Yes.
Continue.
Now, reading champions, I've said here we've got titles. I want you to choose the judging from the titles of the books there. Choose the ones that is suitable for the foundation phase, the intermediate phase, or the senior phase. Now, let us start with the foundation phase. Which of the titles can you choose for the foundation phase?
Charmaine, sorry, maybe. Charmaine, your camera is on. Charmaine and Maboko, your camera is on. Switch off the camera. Maboko primary. Charmaine and Maboko, your camera. At least Charmaine, you are the one now left. Thank you.
Yes.
Continue, Mabel.
Yes, okay, thanks. Reading champion, which of the titles can you select for the foundation phase?
George Maule.
There is forgiveness. Fred Zita. Babati Primary.
Josephan Primary School.
Yes, which of the titles need good for the foundation phase?
Sorry?
Which of the titles here, or according to the cover of this book, which books do you think are suitable for the foundation phase?
Fish finds friend.
I beg yours?
Fish finds a friend.
Fish finds a friend is suitable for the foundation phase. And then who? Another one? Let's get another question. Nkateko?
I sometimes find a rain.
Sometimes it rains.
Hey.
Suitable for the foundation phase. Then why do you say so? Reading champions. Kabati Primary. Kuputso Mutaung. Kuputso Mutaung, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, you're asking which pictures the foundation phase.
Yes. I'm still there.
Okay, I think the one with two learners holding a school bag going to heading out of school with a red trouser and a white t-shirt.
Why do you say that?
Because I believe those are learners from a primary school, and like they can see it's about education because they are learners heading home from school.
Is the learners coming out from school? Can also be for the foundation phase. Let's have the last one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead. Tlamulani Primary, Tlamulani and Tembela.
George Mhaule School, I think it is sometimes rain.
Why do you say it sometimes rains?
I think it's suitable for, and the picture shows us that sometimes it's raining and the children are playing outside. I think it's suitable for the foundation phase.
Okay, let's proceed. Now, of the for the intermediate phase, which ones can we choose for the intermediate phase?
George Mhaule,
Intermediate phase.
Samulani and Tembela is nowhere to hide.
For the intermediate phase, why do you say intermediate phase? That one will be suitable for them?
Because the picture shows it's all right, and it shows a lady on a school uniform carrying a school bag, which shows that it's all right to learn. And the picture shows like a grown-up lady, not a child. That's why it's suitable for intermediate phase.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead. And another one. Intermediate phase. This one also can be for the intermediate phase. Reading champion, please, please, please.
What's software una Wi-Fi ya mahala.
Reading champions, please. And still waiting for an answer here.
Were you talking to me, Mabel?
No.
Oh.
Gloria.
Okay, this is Ranza Kile School. Must I mute them? I am now muting everybody.
Mute everyone. Mute everyone.
That's it.
Thank you.
I really don't get it. You know, all the other three groups during the week, after about an hour, they got it, and there were no camera and microphone issues. But look at it; it's nearly past 11, and you are still doing it. So I don't know if you're doing it deliberately, or if you're doing it by mistake. But please focus and concentrate. It's like when you're on the road. You can't do anything else. You have to focus on the road. So please focus now, listen to what we're saying, and stop interrupting the other people. We really want to finish in time, and the longer you do these things, the longer we're going to take. So please, this is now the last time we want to talk about microphones and cameras and all of that. We all know the rules now.
Okay, thank you, Dion. Thank you, Dion. Reading champions, let us continue. We were talking about the intermediate phase, and someone said nowhere to hide. Now let us continue. Which of the titles are suitable for the senior phase? Or which one do you think is suitable for the senior phase? We learn primary. Forgiveness.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Lawrence in Teto.
Yes, it's Lawrence Inteto from Wayland Primary School.
Yes.
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
think, sorry?
Yes, go ahead.
The heart of stone is suitable for the senior phase.
Why do you say so?
I think the topic of that says the heart of the stone and the English is it's a much hard one, and when we talk about the senior phase, those learners there are much what?
Older is what the word that you are looking for. In terms of age group, is that what you are implying? Okay, it's like I have lost that one. Hello? Can we have another one, Samulani?
Hello?
Yes.
I think it is Heart of Stone.
Yes.
Because it's talking about the action to new heights this summer, literally in a new trailer for a Heart of Stone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, reading champion, like I've said, that when you prepare for your reading session, you select a book. Now, when you select a book, these are some of the things that you need to look for. The illustration of the book, you look at this one, Fish Finds a Friend. It's illustrative, there is a fish, and the learners might be inquisitive as to how can a fish find a friend. How does that happen? Now it might be appealing, or it will be appealing to learners in the lower grade. Now also you look at, sometimes it rains. Learners have experienced rain, and they have played in the rain. Now as you look at the title there, that means now this will be something that the learners have experienced in their lives. Again, you look at, and as a result, as such, it can be suitable for the learners in the lower grades, in the foundation phase or in the intermediate phase. Then we'll talk about the leveling, what is inside the book that you need also to consider. Now you look at this one, learners coming out from school. This it's something that they have experienced. They go to school, they come out of the schools. It's some of their lived experience. Now, this kind of a title, as you select it, you can see from the cover that this is something that the learners will be able to relate to. And this type of a title is suitable for the intermediate phase. You can also look at the age, or the age of the learners, the group age. That is something that you can relate to the intermediate phase. Now here we've got Nowhere to Hide. Now Nowhere to Hide, as you look at the age group, you see a learner coming from school. The learner, and also the book is talking about the rise. That means it's something that the learner could have been introduced at the higher grade. That means that now it's something that now has got something with new words and more words that the learner will be introduced to. Now, what kind of book will it, what kind of readers will it appeal to? It can be appealing to learners in the intermediate phase or learners in the senior phase. Now we've got the Heart of Stone. Now, as you look at the picture there, it's a grown-up person, and the title also, they've used a metaphor there. That means it's something that the learners in the senior phase will be able to relate to. Thank you, Gloria. Can we continue with the other slide?
Yes, Kami.
Yes, thank you. Now we are going to move to another one, the other slide, where we are going to watch a video. Now, in the video, the teacher is demonstrating how to go about planning before doing a reading session. Now, watch the video because we are going to discuss about it.
This one.
Okay, thank you, Sis Gloria. Now, reading champions, can you tell me what things have you observed as the teacher was preparing? Reading champions, what things have you observed as the teacher was preparing? Hilton Koza. Hilton Koza.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, go ahead.
Yes, my name is John. I've observed that a woman was reading, was prepared. So he was having a book of notes and a book that she was trying to get on. So something that I've seen, I've
Yes.
observed.
Come again, please. You were breaking.
I'm bringing.
Can you repeat?
Yes, I was saying that. I was saying that that woman was reading there. She was trying to take notes. She was reading and taking a notes on some books.
Yes, yes. She was reading and also she was taking notes. That's what Hilton has observed. Yes, thank you, Hilton. Thank you very much. Hilton has observed that that teacher, or the lady teacher, as he was preparing, he was reading and also taking notes. And what else?
Thank you. I've seen that all.
Go ahead. Hello.
Mama Shabane, help me able to pick up the hands.
Hello?
Yes, please help me.
Help
What are you saying, Glory?
Help me able to pick up the hands.
Mabel.
Yes, that hence that I'm not able to see, but we've got
Oh,
two.
okay.
Learning
There are many hands. Yeah, it's a Hilton and Shamlani.
It's Lamulani and Tembeka, sorry.
Shamlani.
Yes. I see the teacher preparing a lesson, and she was preparing the
There's
lesson.
Shamlani. There's Hilton Khosa.
Okay, let Samuel go ahead.
Yeah, it's Lamlani and Tembela in Georgian Primary School.
Yes.
Yes, I saw the teacher preparing the lessons in a quiet room and was writing down notes on preparing how lesson will take place tomorrow.
Yes, he was also taking notes. Right. Tell me, why was the teacher practicing? Why? Why is it important that you, as a reading champion, you need to practice the story that you intend telling to the learners before your reading session?
Lamlani and Tembela.
Samulani, you want
and Tembela.
yes.
Okay, thanks. I think she was taking notes because she wants to be prepared for the upcoming day, so that when she teach, she won't make many mistakes for the learners to be hard for them to understand him or her.
And it will be easy for her to teach tomorrow, so she will be able to do anything in her lesson.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. What you hinted is that she needs to know what she's going to tell the hello?
Mabel, how about taking maybe the three responses so that you respond together? Because I think maybe they will be saying the two things. There's Moholo Holo Secondary School and Kateko.
All right, let them go ahead. All right.
Thank you. Moholo Holo, Kateko, Judicious. Please respond or say your views. Kateko, Judicious, Moholo. So there's no one. You can continue that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Now, reading champion, as you observe the teacher there, the teacher had more than one book there, and she selected the one she wanted to use for the reading period. She selected the book the correct book, let me say. That is the book that she intends using for the story. Then after that, the teacher there read the story and continued reading it aloud, practicing it. And then as she watched the video, there was a time where she took out a book and she wrote something. That means she wrote whatever she's going to do after reading or before reading or during reading. She was writing something. Can be the questions that she or any other activity that she intends doing during the reading session. Claudia, can we go to another one? Okay, now we are still preparing. Now, like I've said, that as the lady was preparing or the teacher was preparing, you saw her writing something down. Now, in this as a reading champion, I've said you need to prepare before you do your reading activities. Now, all the reading activities have got a routine that we call BDA. Now, a routine is something that you do regularly. That means every time you do your reading activity, you need to go through these routines. Now, the B is for the before reading, the D is for the during reading, and the A is after reading. Now, what is it that you need to do before you read the story? There are things or activities that you need to do. You can start by showing the learners the title of the book, or tapping into their background knowledge, so that the learners can be of interest as to what is it that you want to tell them. Now, that is the before reading. Now, the during reading, during reading is what you do while you are reading a story, what you are doing while reading the story. Now, what is it that you need to do during during the during routine? You need to stop and ask questions and engage learners or listeners. Now, again, we've got a routine, which is the after reading routine. Now, during the after reading routine is when you stop. You have done reading the story. Now you come up with activities that you want to engage learners in. Now, I'm going to enumerate just few of the activities that you can do before reading a story. Like I've said, you can show them the cover of the book and the title of the book. You can talk about the story, and you can show them pictures. These are some of the before activities. And then the during activities is you can prepare questions, or you can ask them to paraphrase, to read a paragraph and paraphrase what they have read, or you can say to them, write down what you think about, write down the words that you encountered in the story, the difficult words that you encountered in the story, so that they can be able to consult the dictionary and get the meanings of the words. Now, after, you can ask them to write a summary, or choose an interesting words and say to them, write something about those interesting words. I've just given you some of the activities that you can do before or during or after. Can we go to another slide, Gloria? Slide 25. Right. Now, here, I want you to match the activity to the routine. We've got the routines on the left and the activities on the right. Now, here, the first activity is show the learners the cover of the book. You can increase a little bit. Ask the learners what the character behaved like he did. That's the second one. The third one, ask the learners to think about what will happen. Number 4, ask the learners to retell the story. Number 5, ask the learners which part of the story they enjoyed the most and why. Number 6, stop reading and ask learners to sum up what has been read so far. 7, ask learners to draw a picture based on what they heard. And number 8, read the title and ask the learners what they think of the story might be about. I want you to match the activities to the routines. Now, let us start with the before routines. Which activities do you think will be suitable for the before activity? Reading champion, I want you to look at the activities and match them up with the routines. Lani?
Yes, I'm Lani and Tembela. I think before reading, I think it's show the cover of the book and discuss it.
Okay. Is there any other thing that you need to add? Okay.
Can I reply?
Yes.
I think, sorry.
Mm.
Number
I like to add. I like to add on the fact.
Yes, add.
Read out the time, ask the learners what they think the story might be about.
Repeat.
The number
You said number 1
and number 8.
and number
8.
And number 8, yes. Show the cover of the book and discuss it. And then number 8, read out the
title. Read out the title.
learner.
Ask the learners what they think the story might be about.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Now these are the activities that you can do there. You need to do before you start reading. Is some of the activities. You can do more. You can let them read a word from the flashcard. Yes. Now let us continue. What activities do you think will be suitable for the during routine?
So far. Ask learners to draw.
Yes,
Ask learners to teacher based on what
Ask the learners.
Is
Samlani and Tembela, George.
learners to draw.
3 and number 6. 3 says ask the learners to think about what will happen next. Then number 6, stop reading and ask the learners to sum up what has been read so far.
Thank you. Thank you. Lady, you want to say something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I support number 3 and number 6. Ask the learners to think about what will happen next. Ask the learners to draw. No, number 6. Stop reading and ask learners to sum up what has been read so far.
Okay, yes, thank you. Now, as you go about reading, you can ask the learners, you need to stop and ask the learners to sum up what has been read so far, and also you can ask the learners to think about what will happen next. Now, let us look at the after routine. Which activities can you do for the after routine?
Uputso, Mutaung.
Hello. Okay. The answer is number 4. Ask the learners to retell you the story. And number 7. Ask the learners to draw a picture based on what they heard.
Okay, and then you want to go on? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Let's have Nelsie Wesondlane. There are many hands, but I'm just going to pick 2 for the sake of progress. Reading champions. Sondlane.
It's Nelisiwe Sondlane from Jan Records. I think number 5. Ask the learners which part of the story they enjoyed the most and why.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Number 5.
Can people who
the story they enjoyed the
close
most
their
and
mic?
do you want to
Reading champions, as ma'am is continuing, please lower your hands so that when she asks you, then you raise your hands. For now, let's lower our hands, all of us. As she will ask another question, then we raise the hands. Of course, I can't see who has raised the hands because some have raised them ever since. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Lower your hand also.
Okay. Now the after activities, we've got ask the learners to retell you the story. We've got ask learners which part of the story they enjoyed most. And then ask the learners to draw a picture based on what they heard. Now, remember that this routine.
No, guys, mute your phones, please. Mute your phones.
I'm quickly
Microphones.
going to mute everybody and then the presenters unmute. So I'm going to
Okay.
mute everybody now. Let me just get to that place.
Thank
Because
you.
I'm telling you, this is a group that really, I don't know, they have issues.
Mm,
Okay. The presenter can open their microphone, Mabel.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Dio. Now, reading champions, these are routines, and these are routines that you need to model to your learners. Your learners must be acquainted to them so that even when they read independently, they can apply them. They can be able to stop and think about the characters that they are reading about. Now, if they encounter the words that they do not know, new words, they can stop and write them down so that they can be able to get the meaning of those words, because we want them also, as they read, they also need to learn new words. Here we are emphasizing reading for meaning. That means when you have completed reading the text, you must be able to tell people about what you have read, and also explain and be able to say that in your own ways. That is why it's important for you reading champions to prepare, select the book that you are going to use, prepare your before activities, prepare your reading, your during activities, and also your after activities. Sis Gloria, can we go to another slide? Okay, now, in the beginning, I've said you need, when you prepare for your reading session, you need to select the book. And you also need to check the level of the book. Now, when we talk about book leveling, we are looking at what is inside the book. We are looking at the content of the book. Now, some of you reading champions, you might have been exposed to this kind of leveling at your school, especially those schools that got libraries. But since our reading program is not intended for schools with libraries only, you as a reading champion, you can also gather all the reading books that they are there at school, the rainbow books, and then establish a reading corner. Now, that reading corner also needs to be leveled. The books that you have gathered, you need to go through them and check their content. What is inside those books? Now, our book leveling here is categorized into 5 levels. We've got level 1, level 2, level 3, 4, and level 5. Now, as you place your books in the shelves, you can write down the number 1 up to 5, or you can use the symbols like they have done here. Now, here, as you can see, we've got a bicycle, that means it's level 1. Level 2 is a scooter, and then we've got a car as 3, and then we've got a train, and we've got an aeroplane. Now, this is symbolic. The whole idea behind this is that we want our learners to progress. Now, this is something that is, we can think it so humanly, like as a person, you cannot just start by having an aeroplane. That means you need to start somewhere. And what we think is that you need to start from buying a bicycle, let me say, and then you proceed to buying a scooter. Is that something better? From the scooter, you move to a car, and then you move to a train, and then to an aeroplane. We are here emphasizing progression. Now, you can also use colors. You can use numbers, you can use colors, or you can use the symbols to indicate the levels of the book. Now, how do you go about leveling your book? What is it thing that will enable you to determine that this book is for level 1 and this one is for level 2 or 3 or 5? Now, there are criteria that you need to consider or you need to check as you go through the process of the book. Right, reading champions, those that are talking behind, please. Now, the 3 criteria, we've got the 3 criteria. The first one is you need to check.
Don't worry, I'll mute them. Mabel, continue. I'll mute them.
All right. You need to check the and the complexity of the book, and also look at the words and the sentences. That's the first criteria. The second one is illustrations, and also the
Mabel, sorry, I'm gonna quickly mute everybody, and then you can just unmute yourself.
Okay. Right. Now, let's continue the reading champions. The other criteria that you need to look for is the illustration. Look at the page layout and the quality. And the third one is look at the in terms of concept, the familiarity. Also look at the contextual and the complexity of the text. Now, these are the criteria that you need to consider when you go through the content. Now, what will guide you in determining the levels of the book? Now, the level 1 book, which is a bicycle, in the level 1 book or the level 1 book has got more pictures, and you find that the words are 0 to 1, and also the sentence is only 1 sentence. And most part of the level 1 book is illustration. The concept for the learners are the concept that are introduced. The learners will be familiar with them, and you find that in most cases they are repeated in the story. That is a level 1 book. Here is an example of a level 1 book. You see, most part here is the illustration. Okay, thank you, Sis Gloria. Can we go back? Then a level 2 book, you find that there's got 1 to 3 simple sentences per page, and then no more than 8 words. 80% is illustrations, and the concepts the learners will be familiar with, and they are repeated more in the story. Now, for the level 3 book, which is a yellow or a car, you can use the color or you can use the number. Now, it has got 2 to 5 sentences per page and 1 or 2 long sentences, and the words are not more than 11. 80% is pictures, of which the 2 are facing pages. You find that there is an illustration that will guide that will enable the reader to understand or continue understanding the story. And as you look at the series of events, the familiar, unfamiliar concept will also be used in the level 3 book. That means unfamiliar concept now here are being introduced. And there will be a series of events that this thing happened and this one followed and this one followed also. There are series of events in a level 3 book. That means the standard now is going up. Can you show a level 3 book example? Yes, here is a level 3 example. You see the 2 pages, there are illustrations, and you can see people coming in, and the paragraphs and the words have increased in the level 3 book. Can we go to the slide before? Thank you. Now, level 4, which is a train or an orange color, the sentences are now increased. We've got 3 to 6 simple sentences, and also complex sentences are introduced. The words now here have increased to 16, and also paragraphs are also included in a level 4 books. And 70% is illustration. Also the alternate pages, you might get a picture there in the 2 pages facing one another. And here in the level 4 book, abstract themes are introduced, and as abstract themes or subject, that means now here the learner's imagination now is being tapped into. They have now increased content. Now let's go to now level 5 book. Now the level 5 book, which is an aeroplane. Before that, okay, thank you. Before the, yes, the level 5 book, you find that now we've got 4 to 8 simple or more complex sentences, and the words now have increased to 20. The illustrations have decreased. We've got 60% of illustrations, and there are more themes and more concept variety. That means more series of events and more paragraphs. Can we see a level 5 book, Sis Gloria? Yes, this is an example of a level 5. We've got more content and lesser illustrations. Okay, can we go on to another slide, Sis Gloria? No, before that, the slide number 32.
Okay, thank you. I'm going there.
Okay, now we have been introduced to the level, how to go about leveling your books. Now here, we want to match a book to the learner. Let's say you are doing independent reading, and you tell learners, or you enable them to go and fetch books from the shelves. Now, as a reading champion, how will you know that the book that the learner is having is suitable for her or him? Now, what we've got, you need to check as a reading champion, as they choose the book from the shelves, whether they have chosen the correct book. Now, how do you go about doing that? Let them read for you and apply what we call a 5-finger strategy. Now, what is a 5-finger strategy? Now, a 5-finger strategy will enable you to determine whether the book is suitable for the learner. What you go about doing that is you check for the mistakes that the learner makes during reading. Now, let's say the learner makes 5 or more mistakes in 5 sentences. That means that the book is difficult or high for the learner. Like I said, you check the mistakes as the learner reads. Now, if the learner was given 5 sentences, and now in those 5 sentences, the learner made 5. That means that when the learner makes 0 to 1 mistakes in a 5 sentence, that means the book level is too low or is too easy. Now, if a learner makes 2 to 4 mistakes in 5 sentences, the book level is appropriate. We want learners to read the books that will interest them, that will enable them to continue reading them. Now, you know, if you can give learners books that are too easy, they will lose interest. If you give them books that are too easy, they will lose interest. Now, also, if you give them books that are difficult, they also lose interest. They don't want to read books that they have read many a times. Now, as the learners progress in reading, you need to give them more books. The learner will leave that book and will never come back to the classroom. Now, that is important for you as a reading champion to check if the book is appropriate for the learner or not. Okay, Gloria, can we go to the next slide?
Sorry.
Next slide.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here we've got a page for practice. I have said you check for the mistakes that the learner makes, and then you apply that 5-finger strategy. Now here I would like a volunteer that will read only 2 paragraphs, two. And then you, reading champion, you comment about his or her reading. We want to find out if you have followed what I've said about the 5-finger strategy. Can we have a volunteer here? Don't read the whole page, read only 2 paragraphs. Can we have a volunteer? Muluhad. Muriting primary. Muhololo secondary. Reading champions, I don't understand you raising your hands, because you raise your hands and then you lower it. I don't know what is the problem here.
Babati Primary School, you know, I've been to your school many times. We've had many very exciting ICT projects going on there. So, Babati, speak to us.
Hello? Reading.
Okay, the person that is I'm kicking people out when they don't mute. I'm not gonna, now it's mute, now it's kicking out. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, reading champions, let us practice. I want one volunteer, because we want to see if you will be able to apply the 5-finger strategy. Vuyelani, or you'll be able to determine that. Vuyelani, go ahead.
One warm summer evening, the zookeeper locked up the cages of all the animals before he left for home.
Continue.
Good night, animals. I will be back. Sorry? I will be back in the morning. I will be back in the morning. He locked the baboon's cage. Good night, replied Mr. Baboon as he carefully pulled the keys from.
Okay. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Now, reading champions, let us comment about his reading. Is the book simple or low, or is the book appropriate, or what mistake did he make?
Hlamulani and Tembela.
Yes.
The book is too low.
The book
is very easy.
The book is easy. Okay. And what else?
Excuse?
Go ahead. You said the book is easy. Is that all?
Yeah, the book is easy. It's too low, simple ways. It's very, very simple.
How many mistakes do you think he made?
A lot of mistakes.
More than 5.
More than 5.
He made more than 5 mistakes.
Yeah.
Then the book is easy for him.
It's too hard for him.
It's too hard for him. For us, it's easy, but it's too hard for him.
He made 5 mistakes. The book
More than.
More than 5.
More than 5
mistakes.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Now I want someone who will portray that the book is too low. You said in the first reader made more mistake. Then I want someone who tell us that this book is low for her or for him, or it's too simple. Samulani?
Hello.
Yes, Samulani.
Can I read? One warm summer evening, the zookeeper locked up the cages of all the animals before he left for home. Good night, animals. I will be back in the morning, he said. As he locked the baboon's cage, good night, replied Mr. Baboon, as he carefully pulled the keys from.
Okay, don't see that.
Yeah, I can't see the following. I'm trying to.
Okay, no, it's fine. Reading champion. How was her reading?
She was reading very good.
Yes, she read very well, but there are times where she hesitated. Also, there are as reading champions, as the learner reads, also ensure that she observe the punctuation marks. Yes, yes. Also ensure that she observe those punctuation marks. Now, as you match the book to the learner, what I also recommend is that if a learner takes a level 5 book, and then you realize that, or you know that the learner cannot read that book, even if before you can test the learner with this 5-finger strategy. I know you have been at school for since February. By now you are able to detect or to know that this one or Mpo is able to read and the other one is not able to read. Now, if you find that the learner that you know is struggling with reading, and she chose